Hello, everyone, and welcome to Career Day. Career Day is an initiative by Thokozani. We believe that information empowers people. Our next guest is Thokozani Nkosi, a young man from South Africa who is a qualified chartered accountant and is currently living and working in the United Kingdom as a project director and technical advisor for the UK regulator. Thokozani will take us on his journey of how he qualified and found out about the chartered accountancy route. He will talk about his articles experience in multiple countries and how he eventually landed a job in the United Kingdom. If you like this video, remember to hit the like button and subscribe so you don't miss out on our amazing series. Remember to share with your friends, as this could be helpful to them as well.
Hello everyone, my name is Thokozani Nkosi and I am from Springs in the east of Joburg. I am a chartered accountant specializing in audit and assurance. I am 33 years old and I've been doing this for about 11 years now. I first heard about the career when I was in high school. My accounting teacher and my LO teacher informed a few of us that there was a company looking for students that were doing well in maths and science to attend a career day at their offices. When we got there, we found out that the company was actually a big four audit firm, and they sat us down and spoke to us about careers that were offered by the firm, one of which was being a chartered accountant. At the time, I wanted to be an actuary or an engineer, but when I saw the audit team in the room working together, cracking jokes and having fun while working, I got intrigued and I wanted to find out more about the career. For high school, I attended Springs Boys High School, which is a high school in Springs, as the name suggests, and I did maths, science, English, Afrikaans, business economics, and accounting. And I chose these subjects because when I spoke to my dad about it, he advised me that doing maths and science would give me more opportunities after school. So I chose maths and science, and I was passing them quite well. So it was the smart thing to do at the time. And my top marks were in English, Afrikaans, accounting, and business economics. Of the 6 subjects that I did in high school, the ones that helped me the most in my day-to-day job as an auditor would be English, because I use English to compile reports and prepare documentation of the work that I've done. Would be maths and accounting, because part of my job is to recalculate numbers and figures and review forecasts performed by my clients. And then definitely I would say it would be business economics, because before I even get to writing the reports and recalculating numbers, I have to understand my client's business. And business economics was a good way that for me to understand how a business works in high school. And a lot of that understanding, a lot of those terms that I learned in high school are still applicable in my day-to-day job. For university, I went to the University of the Witwatersrand, also known as WITS. And why did I go there? I wanted to go to UCT, but my dad said no because it was too far. And looking back, I was not prepared mentally and emotionally to be on my own that far from home. So I decided to go to WITS, and that's because my elder brother was also there as well, and it was close to home. The courses that I did at WITS in my final year were financial accounting, taxation, auditing, and management accounting and finance. The degree I did was a Bachelor of Accounting Sciences, which I did in 3 years. Then I did my CTA, my postgrad in accounting, and that took a year. So I was at WITS for 4 years in total. What got me through university was studying, putting in the hours, and I really had supportive friends around me. My friends always encouraged me. If I didn't understand something, they'd always be willing to explain it to me, and prioritizing what I was there to do, which was to learn. And yeah, the time for other things did come later on in life. So yeah, that's what got me through. So remember the company that I went to when I was in high school that taught us about the profession? So they also paid for my studies when I was at WIT. So I was on a bursary with them for my whole time there. So they paid for my tuition and my accommodation. And in return, I had to work for them for 4 years. And yeah, it was so good that I actually stayed there for 8 years after I finished varsity. In order to become a chartered accountant in South Africa, after university, you still have to do a 3-year training contract. You can do the contract with a bank, an audit firm, or any company, as long as they are accredited. I did my 3-year training contract with a big four audit firm in Johannesburg. And in the 3 years, what you do is basically you learn the different stages of an audit. You are given responsibilities starting from gathering evidence to reviewing people's work and planning an audit. You're also required to track your learning and submit evidence of your learning to SICA. And then on top of that, you still have to write and pass 2 board exams, one in your first year and one after 18 months of your training contract. Once you have passed these board exams and completed your 3 years, only then can you become a chartered accountant and use the designation. I am currently working as a project director at the UK regulator and a technical advisor on the IAASB, which is the International Auditing and Assurance Standards Board. What I do, or what we do, is we develop standards for auditors at a local national level in the UK and an international level at the IAASB. Auditing standards are basically the rules or principles that auditors need to follow in order to get enough or sufficient appropriate audit evidence to give an opinion on the financial statements of a company. So it's basically the rule book for performing an audit. Before this, I spent 10 years in audit starting from a junior auditor all the way up to senior manager, working with the big four audit firm in South Africa, the US, and the United Kingdom. Since joining the UK regulator, my days are quite different to how they were when I was in audit. My days now begin at 9 a.m. with me reading my emails and planning my day. Most days I have a meeting with my line manager, who is the director of international auditing and assurance standards. We then plan the week and identify areas that we need to form an opinion as a regulator in the UK on matters of public interest affecting auditing and assurance. Next, I assist the director to prepare for the IAASB board meetings. I do this by reviewing board papers. The board papers normally comprise of topics that the IAASB has identified that need either auditing standards to be revised or set from scratch. After that, I normally then would attend the board meetings. I take note of what the other board members are saying just to make sure that we understand the global position and keep track of the changes that are being made by the IAASB. Mostly the board meetings are held in New York, so we go there in person. But since lockdown, we've had the board meetings remotely, so we've had to work New York hours for the board meetings, which does mean that at times you do have meetings from 9 p.m. till 1 a.m. My day also involves me responding to technical queries we receive from audit firms around technical auditing and ethics matters. How I respond to these is that I normally get the query and I would read it, understand it. I then do research to make sure that I understand the issue and understand what the auditing standards and ethics standards actually require from the audit firm. And I then prepare a memo for them and send that to my line manager to review, and we then send back the view to the audit firm that raised the query. My day usually ends around 6:30 p.m., but I do have times where I need to work in the evening when I have either an urgent board matter to resolve or we have a board meeting that takes place at a later time. What I like the most about my career and my job is the people. It's the people that I work with. You get to work with people from different backgrounds, different areas, and you build relationships with them. And that's very rewarding. The firms that I've worked with, they happen to be big four audit firms, are very structured, so you have a lot of support, and it's a structured industry. You can track your progress, and you can have a very clear set path of where you want to be in, let's say, 5 or 10 years. Uh, the other thing I love about this career is that you can work almost anywhere in the world. This is because the chartered accountancy qualification is globally recognized. I've been very fortunate that during my articles, I was given 2 chances to go on secondment. So secondment is when the firm sends you to a different country or location to learn about either a new industry, client, or the firm actually. So my first secondment was a short-term secondment, which was about 6 months. And I went to the United States of America and I worked in Chicago and Milwaukee. And that was actually very good. The second secondment I got was a long-term secondment. So this was 2 years in London. So I spent 2 years with the London office of the firm. And this was, I'd say, the best experience of my life, which is why I decided to come back to London in the end. What I don't like about the career is definitely the long hours. When it's busy season, we do work, sometimes well past midnight, which is not ideal for most people. On my side, I have a family, so I'd rather be home at those times. But it's not every day and it's not all the time. So it's only when it's busy season. Is my profession everything that I thought it would be? To be honest, when I chose the profession, I was only 18 and I had no idea, where this would take me. But I got lucky. I really did pick a good career. I work with wonderful people. I've had wonderful experiences. So for me, I'd say I got more than what I bargained for in a good way. My starting pay when I joined the firm was 11,000 rands before tax and 8,500 rands after tax. But I think the guys that are joining today are getting about 15,000 rands before tax. And what did I do with my first pay? Uh, I bought clothes for work because we had to, wear formal clothes for work, which I didn't have at the time. And I also had to pay, public transport to get to work. So that's what I did with my money or with my first pay. But I did give some money to family, but most of it went to working clothes and getting to and from work. Some of the benefits of this career are the earning capacity and the options or career options that it gives you. In terms of earning capacity in South Africa, you can earn upwards of 2 to 5 million rands as an audit partner or CFO. In the UK, you can earn upwards of £1 million as a partner and a CFO. So it's a very healthy earning capacity. And where can this career lead you? You have a lot of options. You can stay in an audit firm as an audit partner. You can go into the consulting space within the firm, so providing assurance services to clients as well. You can leave the firm, go out into industry to become a CEO, CFO. You can start your own business. A lot of people have gone into consulting. Or you can, go into the technical field where you actually write accounting and auditing standards for auditors and accountants in practice. But it's got a lot of opportunities all over the world. My advice to anyone who's in high school looking for a career is work hard, start early. You need good grade 11 marks to get into varsity. You have to set goals that you can achieve. Apply at different places, apply for different courses. Have a backup plan. Understand the different ways you can get to your end goal. There's more than one way to get where you want to be. And yeah, do your research and work hard and all the best. Thank you and goodbye.